Okay, so for today's automation from the 51 Sales Hub Automations Guide, you're actually getting a 3-for-1 because this automation is about how we can do a few different things. So number one, how we can route leads to sales reps based on whatever properties we want in HubSpot. For this one, we're going to do it based on the ICP tier. So I have shown you before how to automate labeling the ICP tiers. So today we're going to go over how you can go ahead and route leads based on ICP tier. That's going to be the first one. The second one is surfacing leads to sales reps. We can do this again based on a ton of conditions, lead score, visiting the pricing page, whatever that may be. Today we're going to do it based on a new contact coming into the system. And then additionally, what we're going to do is auto-enroll a new contact into a sequence. So these are 3 ways we can be more efficient, more effective, move faster, reduce touches for our sales team. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what these look like. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start over here in the workflow tool, and we're going to create a workflow for the first one. So remember on this one, we are going to surface accounts to our sales reps based on what their ICP tier is, okay? So we're going to do ICP, oops, oh my goodness, I can't type today, surfacing to reps, okay? So we're going to make this a company-based workflow. I'm going to go ahead and click next. And then what we're going to do is, here's what our trigger is going to be. Our trigger is just going to be that the ICP, oops, where is this? One moment. Duh, it's because it is not abbreviated and put into an acronym in HubSpot. So here we go. So we're just going to say that this is known, okay? So the next thing we're going to do, that's our trigger, ICP tier is known. So then what we're going to do is we're going to have an if-then branch. So we're going to have tier 1 as a branch, and so this is going to be when ideal customer profile tier value is equal to 1, okay? So that'll be our first branch. We're going to add another branch for tier 2. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we're going to say as any of tier 2, since it's only that one we're looking for. And then we're going to make one more branch for tier 3. Anyone else have that issue when you type tier that you do EI? I do every time. Okay, here we go. So now we have our if-then branch set up. Great. We can see this come to life right here. So now we would just go ahead and assign this to reps. So we could do a round robin of a team. We could have a specific rep that it goes to based on tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3. So what we would do here is we're going to have to rotate the record owner. So we can either choose a team or we can choose a specific person. So if we choose a team, it'll evenly distribute to that team. So let's just choose our sales and marketing team here for tier 1. And then maybe our tier 2s, we rotate to a specific person. So, yeah, so there we go. We can go ahead and do that. And that's how we set up that first one, okay? So the second one, when we have a new contact that is brought into the system, we want to notify our reps, send it to Slack, whatever that may be. So what we go ahead and do is we create a new workflow. We're going to say new contact in CRM. And with this, we'll do a contact-based workflow. Now remember, you might want to do this based on specific sources, right? Maybe you only do it when a contact comes in from a form. So we're going to have the event. It could be a certain form submission, right? So let's go ahead and do it based on a form submission. So we're going to say any form submission. We're going to apply that filter. And then when this happens, maybe what we do first is rotate the contact owner between the people on our sales team, or you can just have it go, to a specific owner, have an if-then branch for your ICP tiers, and then notify, right? So we can do that. So then we can go ahead and we can send an in-app notification. So we'll send that to the sales and marketing team, or rather than doing that, what we can do is send it to the contact owner. And there we go. We say new contact to reach out to. Okay. And then reach out to, and then we can use some tokens, blah, blah, blah. We could also send them an internal notification. We could go ahead and create a task, or we can go ahead and push this to Slack. into the sales channel, whatever it is that we want to do. Okay, so this is how we would go ahead and complete that workflow. So the next thing we want to do is how do we auto-enroll into a sequence? We want to have our conditions on our trigger. So again, we're going to do this as a contact based, and we're going to say enroll into sequence. All right, so then we're going to go over here. And what we're going to do is have our trigger. So our trigger could be when a contact leads score. So let's see, we have some, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, we actually have it set up different in ours. My apology. Here we go. Score. Okay, so when we have their HubSpot score is greater than 50. There we go. That's going to be our enrollment trigger. You can have all sorts of activity. There was an email with this in the headline, this in the body. They engaged in an ad. They opened a marketing email, whatever that is. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to enroll them into a sequence. Okay, so you need marketing or Sales Hub Pro or higher in order to do this. So we're going to choose our, oh my goodness, let's just grab a product demo or request sequence. Sender will say is Jennifer. And then there we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and save that. And there we go. Now we have when a HubSpot score is greater than this, we enroll them into a sequence. So pretty straightforward. Those are 3 automations that can really help a lot. They seem very simple and they're very flexible. There's a lot more you could do with these than what I've done here. So please test it out, have fun, and happy workflow building and happy Friday. I hope you have a great weekend.